It is now again 9 in the morning. Still, one thing they didn't tell you is how hard this camera shit gets. Before I was like looking at it at an angle, but now I'm looking at it more straightforward. But today, fuck, today is a step forward. I'm happy. Yesterday I posted my first YouTube video with my face on it. That was dope as shit. Like, editing IRL content is pretty easy, not gonna lie. It's not as difficult as I thought. It's just kind of like let the camera roll and let me just talk, because that's my personal style I went with this shit. Just a more raw and personalized take, like hyper editing and everything. That's more for my other channel. But today, well, it was more like yesterday when I was speaking, I had this thought of Tyler the Creator. No glazing shit though, you know. But shit, fucking Tyler the Creator has had a big influence on my life. I'll say it comes down to the way he thinks. Fucking I remember the first time I ever watched one of these videos. It was around 2014 when was it 2015? I don't know, whenever King Kunta was like bumping a lot, Kendrick, that era. Yeah, whenever that was bumping like really heavily, I was at my cousin's house. I was bumping Kendrick because that's what my other relatives showed me and my friends, like Kendrick and Drake and all that. Lil Wayne, more of the mainstream stuff, Tyga. And then he just comes along and he's like, "Hey, you ever heard of this guy?" I'm like, "No, I've never heard of him." He's like, "Let me show you this video." He was like 2 years older than me, and that was a Yonkers video. Fuck. If I tell you how I felt the first time I saw him eat that roach, and then fucking when he hung himself, bruh. And then that whole fucking verse. Oh, if I just try to remember Yonkers, when he said it was just a shitty New York beat, and it was like, oh, I can't even think about it in my head. And then after that, that's when I started like delving more into his shit, you know. Bro, Oldie. Shout out to everybody on the album, you feel me, son? Shouts out to Ty Dollars. Shouts out to Haji Daddies. Shouts out to Lev Brizzle. Shouts out to Damian. Shouts out to Frankie Ocean. Shouts out to Sid the Dude. Shouts out to L-Boy. Oh, the Big Air Bandits. Oh, man. If I could just talk about that shit really fucked me up. And then, for all you boys tapped in, Cartoon Network late night. I don't know how I was even able to. Late night Loiter Squad. I think that really like helped me with my style of comedy and shit. The fun shit I find dumb, the skating shit I'm into. I think that all comes down to like watching a lot of Odd Future, Loiter Squad, and just Tyler the Creator as well. You know, it's crazy to see how much he's progressed from, and I guess that's where I take the main influence from. Tyler the Creator always speaks about how they try to box him. You know, from when he first started doing all that like crazy wild out shit, blogs didn't want to post them and everything, so he had to create his own shit. MySpace, Tumblr, what else? Well, of course, Facebook. You know, Facebook wasn't just for all niggas, for all you young niggas out there. It was mainly for people like our age, which is crazy to think about because you look at all this shit on Facebook. It's fucking Facebook. But yeah, he just had to make shit out the mud. Him, Clancy, the whole Future Collective, and it was very cool to see that progression because from a young age, 2014, 2015, I was mainly there when he was in these Cherry Bomb era. See, I was before Flower Boy, before he really made the 180 for the public and his music. Like you can see a lot of it. Oh, if you listen to Odd Toddlers, at the end when it goes dun dun dun, like that part, and then it goes back into the one beer. That's just cool as fuck. Or if you listen to the Odd Future tape, like that was just very experimental. I really fucked with it because even though he was boxed into this group of, I guess, skaters in the underground, you know, that era, Chris Travis, ASAP Mob, Raider Clan, you know, whatever. Oh no, Black Craig was in Raider Clan. Yeah, whatever they were doing, that Lost SoundCloud era, 2013, 2011, 2012, 2014. Like he was boxed with them, and he was even in a smaller box because at least with Raider Clan and shit, they were more for like, I guess, niggas in a sense. I guess because their rapping style, but people just saw Tyler the Creator as for white suburban kids. Whatever. I guess Ian is trying to promote his music to, and whatever niggas say about the underground now, when like Lucky blows up, and niggas say, "Oh, Lucky's just for white suburban dudes." Like, nah, nigga, it's more than that. I mean, most rap music's for white suburban dudes. Like, that's really like the dominant demographic when you think about it. It's just us as niggas, and black people are more prominent in the culture and the video and everything. But when you look at the audience, it really is just mainly white kids. So like, if you can somehow reach out to them, like Dex, how is Dex still doing so big? I remember I saw a post not too long ago that Dex has fucking more monthly listeners than KSI. Like, what? KSI and Dex? Dex has more views? That's crazy to think, man. Well, back to the point. Yeah, Tyler the Creator was just put in this box, but the cool thing about him, he'll always break out of it. When he was boxed into like, oh, you just do crazy shit, just to make like noise and for people to pay attention to stuff. Like, one, duh, like, why would you not do that shit? And two, he just like trolled his way through it. If you look at these interviews, what are your thoughts about the Satanist shit you were saying? I think it was like some UK interview, and then he just said shit to make old white niggas like you angry. And then when he said okay, that was pretty funny. Nah, that's actually hella funny to me when I was legit. The interviews and shit. But if you paid attention to all these interviews and just his music as well, not just like the crazy shit, like, I don't know, what was some crazy shit he was releasing? Like Transylvania on Goblin, or like Troncat. Troncat was fucking wild when you listen to it. But if you listen to like his other shit, Fish, like the storytelling on Fish, how it's like a allegory to like a famous, I think it was a murderer, and then also how it's just about fish. It's pretty cool, and just like the way he uses synths and Frank Ocean in the background. Frankie. I like to take this time to tell them thank you, mama. I think I sang that completely wrong, but you get my gist. Or like whenever you listen to Cherry Bomb, will show you how he had two sides of his music. He had Death Camp, and then on the same album he had Fucking Young, and then he had Perfect. That really hit. Or like Find Your Wings. I really like Find Your Wings. And then Wolf, which is ultimately like either my favorite or my second favorite Tyler the Creator album, when he had so many different songs. Answer. Bro, listening to Like Him and then going back to Answer and then going back to Bastard and Goblin really just shows like that song hits truly different. And then also when you listen to other shit like what else was on Wolf? Like Learn, when he talks about his grandmother passing. I went through something similar with how my cousin passed. He was in IV, so he slowly passed away. So like just talking to someone or seeing someone, I wasn't even able to talk to him. He was like in a coma as soon as he went to the hospital. But just seeing someone fighting for his life and then passing away after, that truly hits different. So Learn really hits like a close place to home for me. And then when you listen to like Tamale, that shit, low-key, when you listen to it, like the way he progresses, when he has the I forgot what part, like when he's near the end, when he funny enough, when he's like that part when he's talking about jerking, like pause first and foremost, like fuck. But yeah, that part when it goes up at the trumpets and shit, like niggas really try to box him, but he had so much creative talent. And just to see how far he's gone today, when he was at Igor on set, not on set, but when he got the award, and he just talked about like the box, how black people just always box into this urban shit. But when you listen to a lot of his music, it's a mix of everything, jazz, hip hop, funk, indie music, like just a lot of mixes to his stuff. And it's crazy how they just always try to box him, and it kind of affected the way I think too. Obviously being around black people, and then growing up with a lot of the Odd Future, Raider Clan, I really fucked with like mid 90s and that old school skating shit. Looking at Zoo York, I like Zoo York. Harold Hunter, Justin Pierce, or looking at was it Girl, and watching like Goldfish, Yeah Right, and Mouse, and then getting into all that shit, and then all the old school shit. I was like fucking with like baggy shit before it was really a trend, funny enough. And then just like I felt like I had to try and fit in, so I changed a little of the way I dressed. I started adopting skinny jeans. I still do like skinny jeans, but I like to mix it up a lot. you know Also just trying to like listen to more, I would say mainstream shit, but more like drilling shit to try and like fit in with it. 'Cause I do fuck with drill though. Old Chicago drill is fucking so good. So good. Going back to that shit. Chief Keef, FBG Duck. I'm just saying big names, but there's Lil Reese. Who else am I missing? Fredo Santana. Um, there's so many niggas I'm missing. I'm just really covering the biggest ones. Sorry if I look like a fan. But yeah, just going back to that shit, just really it's really good. But like listen to more of the newer drill. I fucked with New York drill, fucked with D Thing, K Flock, but then trying to find more obscure drill to like try and stand out. Like that whole sweeper shit. I guess what was his name? Go was pretty cool, but it wasn't really for me. But listening to a lot of that just to try and like appease like my friends and shit. Nah, man. So then when I was like going back into my bag and looking at Tyler the Creator, all the interviews and shit, especially around that Ego era and Flower Boy, and just like those memories, I'm like, nah, I gotta really not box myself. I can still listen to the drill shit and everything, but still tap back into fucking whatever I wanted to listen to, whether it's like indie rock or whether it's like alternative shit. Like, well, would Frank Ocean be alternative? That nigga's pretty mainstream. But just listening to different genres, I really like the Griselda boys with fucking Benny the Butcher and would you is Freddie Gibbs? Freddie Gibbs isn't Freddie Gibbs isn't a part of Griselda boys, but he's a part of that sound, the Alchemist, old school, boom bap rap. There's West Side Gun, Boldy James. There's like a lot of niggas I'm really missing. Having this general talk is really fucking with my head because I have to pull from my memory. But like it's really telling, just him. He had an inspiration and kind of changed the way I thought, because I always liked my own shit. I always did. I'll go back to, I was listening to fucking A Tribe Called Quest back in like I think it was 2017, 2018. I really fucked with that old school hip hop shit. Biggie, Tupac, Nas, even more into a little underground shit. No Shorty Maz, cause I watched this one skating video with like the New York niggas, like the New York people and shit, and just kind of tapping into like, I don't have to purely be one thing. You can always break out your box. You can't try to be everything, but you can take an influence from everything. I can look at mainstream niggas like Raw Wave and be like, hey, I fuck with this. Go to like alternative shit like Chris Travis. Is Chris Travis alternative? Yeah, and like that era of like, A$AP Rocky with I love girls. I really want to get girls, gold teeth and shit. Especially when you see the photos of Master P and all them niggas back then, taking influence from old school shit, listening to like Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, that West Coast shit. And then I love 90s Southern music. listening to 36 Mafia, Tommy Wright the Third. Who else? Who else? Who else? Outkast, Goody Mob. I'm harkening back to a lot of acts. And I'm trying to think. The niggas really listen to Two Live Crew? Nah, I don't really listen to Two Live Crew. But fuck, there's a lot of niggas I'm missing from that era that I like constantly listen to. Shit. It's the like I was saying before, Master P and the whole we no limit soldiers, we no limit soldiers, and just like I wish I could show my playlist to you niggas one time just to see like how much random shit I really be like listening to. I'm not even trying to flex. I'm genuinely just like I'll shuffle my shit. I'll listen to like Lucky and fucking V's for one song, and then the next song is like Master P and the No Limit Boys, and then the next song is like Outkast and Goody Mob, and then the song after that is fucking Tupac and I guess Snoop. I don't have them on the same record, but I'm just like saying because they're from like the West Coast, and then from there I go to like A$AP Rocky and Tyler the Creator, and then from there I go to like Black Cray and like the Raider Clan and Chris Travis. It's like, and then I have some random shit like Nirvana. I really like Nirvana, or I have like the Doors with that whole that album L.A. Woman is a really good album, and listening to the Beatles. I want to make a video on the Beatles. I really like the Beatles. Their sound, their different elements. Like when you listen to it, it's like you have a voice coming in one ear, you have a guitar in the other ear, and then in the center you have like the drums if you listen to it on headphones. And then it constantly switches the elements around. So sometimes it'll be voice in the middle, drums on the left, guitar on the right. Sometimes it'll be guitar and drums in the middle, and then on the left side of your ears is like the fucking guitar. It's whatever, man. And then also listening to a lot of the stuff that I find in movies. So like, oh, remember that one regular show episode that had Mississippi Queen? Yeah, Mississippi Queen, you know, Mississippi Queen. After they had the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I just named another band right there, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Shit. But like, yeah, after they did the chili challenge, and then they're like, beginner's luck, and then it dove straight into Mississippi Queen, and you know how they wanted the taxi cab, and or like regular shows. Really an appreciation for 80s media. When you really look back at it, it's kind of crazy to think about how much of the shit has influenced me. I didn't realize I liked the 80s media that much. You know, I remember I was talking to one of my coworkers about Breakfast Club. Breakfast Club is a real dope movie, man. Or like Cheech and Chong, you know, from all my stunning niggas out there. Maui Wowie, man. Yeah, fucking Cheech and Chong is real nice to listen to. Not listen to, watch. And there's so many, I've went crazy off track of what I originally started from. I don't know how the fuck I started yapping for this long, but there are different videos where I can talk about my different influences. You know, definitely when I tap into the streaming shit, I'm just gonna show videos of whatever, you know, whether it's like a Illuminati, you know, gays, like Illuminati and you know, your rage and shit, Bruce and them, or whether it's just like me talking about like random shit like cartoons, like fucking Kids Next Door and Powerpuff Girls, because a lot of that shit was what I was watching in my childhood. Regular Show, and like, you know, all the Nickelodeon shit, Fairy Godparents and Danny Phantom, or like the Disney shit with like, you know, Good Luck Charlie and Zeke and Luther. Oh, Zeke and Luther is a throwback that so many niggas don't know about, you know. And just all the other crazy shit I just really want to tap into. And I guess that's why I kind of really wanted to start this YouTube shit, because I have so much like just love for and appreciation for a lot of media and I guess pop culture. And I don't really have a lot of people to talk about it with, or a community I could really center in. And I fucking hate going on like online and trying to talk to people, and it's like you can't get that straight away back and forth. There's always, you gotta wait for that message.